Court will be in order. Will everyone please rise for the pledge of allegiance, followed by the prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everyone, please pray with me. Heavenly Father, we come to you this day as we conduct our county's business. Please give us guidance and wisdom as we look after all of our citizens in Mills County. Thank you for the cooler weather and needed rain. We also want to recognize the 22nd anniversary of the 9/11 attacks against our fellow Americans. In Christ's name we pray, amen. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Get everything going here. Good morning. We will start off with reviewing. Also, we have Commissioner Williams is out today, but we do have a quorum. So looking at number 2, review and act on minutes of August 21st, August 28th, August 31st. Commissioners, in your packages, you'll see the minutes. You'll go through those, see if you have any changes or suggestions. Any audience with individuals? Okay. Okay.
On August 28th, those minutes, item number 10. It says, County Road 1023, and actually that could be, we worked on County Road 310 and 306,
Okay.
just work. I'm talking about.
What number was that, Mike?
Number 10.
Number 10, okay.
The question report.
Okay.
The August 28th meeting.
Okay. Julie, did you get all that? Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay. Commissioners, anything else on the minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes that presented for August 21st, 28th, and 31st.
Okay. Commissioner Rice made a motion to approve the minutes from August 21st, 28th, and 31st. Commissioner Head has made a second. Any other discussion or comments? All those in favor of approving the minutes say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 3, audience with individuals. Mr. Rawson is here to speak today. Yes, sir, Mr. Rawson. Go ahead and come on up to the microphone. I guess the microphone is on. Good morning.
Good morning.
Jackie will let us know. Jackie, is it working okay? I didn't turn it on or anything. Jason usually checks on that.
It's all.
Hello. There.
Okay, so go ahead. Good morning.
Less than a month ago, I came up to you all and thank about the VSO. Well, I'm here again, same thing. I just want to mention before I do, before Judge Smith left, he asked for $1,000 increase to get your veteran service officer and assistant. So now you'll have 2 veteran service officers. This time I'm up here to file a complaint because last Monday it came, the city was helping a veteran that had financial problems and other problems. Your VSO assisted him and he gave transportation to Temple. This veteran needs back surgery. Your VSO dropped the ball on him. Knowing he needed transportation, did nothing to help him. You took him to Temple, brought him back, that was all he did. The veterans didn't get assistance from the city. The city couldn't do it anymore. They notified the Hill Country Veterans Alliance. We started working with him last week. He's got plenty of food. We're working on getting him transportation. Your VSO, that is his responsibility. We're supplying him transportation because your veteran service all dropped the ball. This veteran needs financial assistance. Your VSO dropped the ball. You have 2 veteran service officers. No one is helping this veteran but us. What is, I rarely see him in American Legion office. What is he doing? He's getting, since, as I pointed out before, since 2019, he's gotten over $1,200 increase, annually increase. What do they do? Why are our veterans being treated like this in VSO? He said he needed assistant. Judge Smith got him $1,000 increase for assistant. Where are they? Why are our veterans being treated like this? It's his job to help this veteran out. He's doing nothing. And I'm not saying this to take pride or a pat on the back. I take pride in my veterans. I'm gonna do what I'm not, and I make clear to you now, and every time I help a veteran, I am not a veteran service officer. I do not act on behalf of veteran service officer. I will get him the help he needs, since our Mills County Veteran Service Officer can't do the job. I just want to let you know, this veteran, he has financial problems, he has transportation problems, he needs a back surgery. The Veteran Service Officer knew that 3-4 months ago, and he does nothing to help him. Last week, American Legion, we talked to the guy in charge of the Hill Country Donuts, Fletcher American Legion commander. He talked to the VSO because VSO came by and said, "Oh, I mean, if you receive 50% or higher, your disability is not supposed to be taken out anymore." And that's all he said to this veteran. He did not set up an appointment with this veteran. He did nothing. Where are our Mills County Veteran Service officers to help these veteran service? They're doing nothing. They're not doing the job. Again, this is the second time I've had to ask him that, pointed out to you. Your veteran service needs to start working and helping out veterans because they're not getting the support they need from DSOs. Now like I said, Judge Smith got him $1,000 increase for an assistant. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. No one else, audience with individuals. Going to number 4, review and act on accounts payables. Commissioners, if you look in your packages, you will see all the reports except for the facilities reports is not in. We will have that in next time. So I'll give you all a moment to go through everything excuse me, we're on accounts payable right now. I was jumping the gun. We're on accounts payable, and I do need to make one notation on the accounts payable. There is been brought my attention to the sheriff's department. We still need a receipt on a $12 car wash from the sheriff's department, which of course conflicts with our credit card policy. So anyway, just want to let y'all know about that. This is we're in accounts payable.
Page 6, about 2/3 of the way down the page, Brazos trailer should be in the unified.
Okay, page 6, you're saying what now?
The registration for Brazos trailers in operation, it should come out of unified. $7.50 down there.
I'm looking at, I can't see it. No, right here. Okay.
That's a unified piece of equipment.
That's a unified piece of equipment. Okay.
And I guess the only other thing, and that'll be a question, I just asked Robert on the unified repairs. His dirt money's coming out of the thing deal, so there nearly has to be on page 9.
Okay.
That's 105. There's not that amount of money in that account.
Well, this, I mean, like I said, it's just invoices. I invoiced it. When I invoiced it, I put the dirt road material number on the invoice.
Yeah, no, but it's still listed under the same bill that the repairs are.
Well, you also got office supplies.
Of office supplies is a credit card. I don't know what that was for. But anyway, we need to look at that because there's not even 12.5 in that account.
You won't have it taken out, is what you're saying?
There's not $12,500 in that deal.
There is, but that's why I mean, I labeled it
there was $50,000 for road material.
That's what I put it under.
Well, but this is all one deal, is what I'm saying.
I still don't understand.
There needs to be one deal for road material and one deal for repairs. They don't come out of the same.
What it has
What
here.
were the figures for the road material and for repairs? You're saying there should be two figures for those. You know what the amount
Well,
should
we've
be?
been moving, well, we had to move money from our accounts to pay for
Yeah,
the truck deal that should be out of here, and yet you're sitting here with 12.5 coming out of it.
but this is just a list of the invoices that come in, just like you go to your page here, it's. All your invoices that came in from. Rotella, water, tires and all that, it's not just one page is repair, and one page is road material. That's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm saying.
I don't see
Same.
how you get 12.5 out of something that we're having to put money,
But I line item that
you don't line item.
the receipt I did. Under road material, road and bridge, road material,
Then it needs to be on a separate page than the repairs.
that's a question for everyone.
Commissioner Parker, what do you want to propose we do on this?
I suppose that we, approve the expenditures with the registration for the belly dump coming out of the road repairs and table the payment on the rest of it until we can figure out what the deal is.
Okay. Is there anything else in accounts payable, gentlemen, we need to discuss? Here now, you want to make a motion with what you just stated,
I'll
Commissioner
make
Parker?
a motion that we, move the $750 for the belly dump. The road bridge unified deal and table that page until we know for sure where the money's supposed to come from.
Okay,
On the road and the other stuff.
okay. Commissioner Report has made a motion, to accept everything except for the precinct 2 road and bridge disbursement. Any other discussion on this? I'll second that motion. Any other comments or anything? All those in favor of approving the accounts payable except for the one mentioned with Old Iron Dirt Work, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, there's 3 in favor, 1 opposed. Okay, now going on to consent agenda. Oh, Commissioner Head. Okay, moving on to consent agenda now. So as I stated earlier, there's all the reports in except for the facilities report is not in, which Guy has stated he will have in next Commissioners Court meeting. And as you can see, Commissioners, I will point out that every department has been quite busy.
The one thing I want to point out, with the sheriff department and EMS, there's 6 difference on the call. And that's not a small amount, but I mean, there is a difference on
Okay,
the line, but
okay.
EMS is showing more,
60.
more than the sheriff department reported, so.
Okay.
$56 versus 62.
Okay. Anything else?
Do we need to bring in these numbers into the record?
I don't know if it's necessary. County Attorney Hill is, there's a discrepancy between the number of EMS from the sheriff's deal versus the EMS, very few.
They're just reports.
Yeah. If there's nothing else,
You're just accepting.
yes.
Wow.
If there's nothing else, I'll make a motion. We approve the consent agenda except for the facilities report, which is not in, it'll be in next week or 2 weeks. Okay, I made the motion to accept the consent agenda. Commissioner Wright seconded. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on to action agenda, discussion on solar eclipse event with TDEM. Ms. Holly Ragsdale, it's all yours. Come on up. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, we're wonderful. Cooler weather and a little rain.
Handouts, no, I did not give it to you for y'all.
No problem.
And I'll give one to Jason, if y'all want to set it. And pass this out, I'm gonna go over that with y'all. I personally, did this myself. I did my own research on all of this, so this, it's just kind of a brief, the first page, of course. We all know solar eclipse is coming April 8th of 2024. That is a Monday. We have had countless monthly meetings. Not all of you gentlemen have been able to be there, but I know Judge has been there, everyone. I think Mr. Parton's been there once or twice. Few of y'all have been there. So, and I know Jason has as well. So we've been having monthly meetings, trying to plan this, trying to see what to expect. We've been comparing our planning and stuff to what happened in Wyoming of 2017. They had this exact same event in 2017. They did not plan. And so I'll get to the next page about that. But the first page I want to have y'all just briefly look over. I had some timing and areas of our city. The city gold plate. I did put the Latin along there for us, the coordinates on each of them. The difference in a total eclipse is that is when the moon and the sun completely come together and it's complete darkness. So we are not in the line of totality. Gatesville is the exact line of totality for the solar eclipse event. But for the city of Bull Creek, since they're number one, the partial phase is going to start at 12:18 p.m. on that Monday, April 8th. It is going to be complete darkness for 3 minutes and 28 seconds. So the city of Bull Creek, you're going to be complete darkness in the middle of the day for 3 minutes. And you can go down, but city of Starr, since they would be closest to Gatesville, which is going to be one of the middle parts of totality, complete totality, they're a little bit longer of 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So yes, you're only gonna have about 3 minutes, close to 4 minutes worth of totality.
So we go to Star for a better effect.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah, for what, 20, 30 more seconds?
That's how Kirby needs to take his field and turn it into a parking lot.
So, so that's the first page. I just wanted to give y'all those numbers there, so you know what time to expect that day, to see that darkness and to see everything that. The next page, I just put a map on there that we have obtained from TDM and everything, shows every county, 254 counties in the state of Texas, and those red lines, those are where the complete darkness is gonna affect. That middle center line is the center of totality. So if that is where the primary people want to be, they want to be in Gatesville, they want to be in Fredericksburg, they want to be in those areas where it's going to be the longest. And I believe the longest is like 20 minutes of complete darkness. So it's still not that long, but you know.
But there'll be partial eclipse for how long roughly?
It'll be, and I put that on the first page, I believe, the duration of the total, and then it's a partial phase begins at 12:18.
Here it is.
Totality phase begins at 1:35.
Yeah, Gold Flake roughly an hour and a half, hour and 35 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's from one side to the other, that sun and that moon are gonna come across.
Okay.
So it's 30 miles on both sides. So from red line to red line, it's 60 miles across. So from that center point to like from Fredericksburg to on the other side, is gonna be 30 miles, so it's gonna be 60 miles from side to side. I'm trying to see what else. Again, we've been having multiple meetings and everything, so this next part is what the information we got from GPS. They have been contacting Ryan McKittrick, has come and spoke to a lot of us with GPS. He has gotten a lot of information from Wyoming GPS in their 2017 clip. And some of these points that I'd like to make that they have occur, and we are planning to probably have that occur as well, is traffic congestion. That personally is my number one concern, is we have two large highways. Last Friday, when we had Labor Day weekend first opening the season, you couldn't even get through town. So that's a normal occurrence that happens every year. So that is something that we've been planning and talking about, and something I think y'all need to think about and stuff. What are we going to do? Our 4 precincts, how are we gonna handle this situation? We are gonna have vehicles pull over on the side of the road to watch this 3-minute event. But again, we don't know what to expect. This is just the information we got from Wyoming when they had theirs occur. Vehicle crashes, there was a great increase of vehicle crashes happening in Wyoming. Again, their population tripled, almost quadrupled within that little weekend that they had in 2017. So we are also planning for that same amount of people to come in. Stalled vehicles, again, people are gonna be stalled on the highway. They had a major highway that was usually a 6-hour route, ended up being 16 to 18-hour route. So again, we get a lot of congestion just on Friday afternoon here. So again, that's another thing that we need to start planning and have what we have in plan. Highway construction and lane closures. I know between San Saba and Mills County, where I drive every day, there's complete construction through there right now. And I don't see that halting anytime. And the same, I don't know if we have a construction plan in Mills County, but if we do, that could cause a major problem. I know TxDOT is on board to help us. We have local TxDOT resources here right now. So those for sure will be available to us that weekend and that Monday or Tuesday of the event. So we for sure will have those local resources available. Debris management, this is kind of a nasty thing that happened in Wyoming. They did not think about trash and sewage. So they had all these people come in and they had sewage going down the roads. They had trash overflowing because you couldn't get a pumper truck in there, you couldn't get a trash truck. So that's other concerns that have happened and everything in Wyoming that we are trying to make sure doesn't happen to our people. And then cell phone networks overwhelmed. We already have problems with cell phones around this county anyway. I can't get anything when I go to Star, I'm almost in time. So you have to think about that. Now, even if AT&T, Verizon, Western Wireless, whatever is out, you also have to think about all of our credit card machines at our gas pumps and at our grocery stores. Those are going to be out too. They use cell service, they use Wi-Fi, they use all of that. So if those are out, then most people don't carry cash nowadays, and I don't carry cash. So you got to think about that too. So cell phones and stuff like that. The last page, surge in 911 calls. You're gonna have a large amount of people that we're anticipating coming through town. So you're probably gonna have a large number of people calling 911 for so many reasons. And some of the reasons they don't need to be calling 911. But and anticipated, I see people calling y'all. I don't know if people have already been calling y'all. I've had people contact me and ask, you know, what's going on. I heard y'all have been planning. I give them a brief summary. Lodging, hotels and RV parks all around us, even Brown County, and Brown is not really affected. They're all booked. That weekend is completely booked. You cannot get an RV spot anywhere in this area. I can tell you some of the events happening now in Mills County. I'm not aware of any large festivals or events. I do know of one ranch that is has been booking like spots out for people. I know Lomita, they're having a huge music festival that weekend, full of, you know, high names. I know Ben, Texas and San Saba County, they're making a big event about it and making a big shindig. Now Passos has been planning this for over a year. They are making money from this. They they had booked all kinds of people for porta potties and all kinds of just event things. And then Batesville is using this as an educational event. They're having a lot of people from like NASA and all that coming and speaking all throughout the week. So surrounding those, there's a ton of festivals going on. There's a ton of events going to happen. Hamilton County, right now, the chamber over there wants to plan something. I'm not aware if they have had anything set in stone, but I'm anticipating something will arise in Hamilton, because they tend to like that concert. Mills County, our last meeting that we had city manager Rob Lindsay there, and he said, we're shutting everything down. He doesn't want any trouble. He's going to shut the parks down and everything like that. I am aware that Goldthwaite ISD is the only ISD in our county not closing that day. Mullen and Freddie have decided to close that day. I believe one's a bad weather day and one day the student work or teacher work day or something. But both of those ISDs are closing. All of our surrounding counties, all of their ISDs are closed. But Goldthwaite ISD is not closing at this time. Now, don't say later we get closer to it, they can back over there. But as of right now on their calendar, it is not taken off. So that's what I have right now. October, we have an annular eclipse that is going to hit South Texas. I am planning on going down there to help out with that and get some experience, so I know what to expect us in April. I also believe that when that happens, Governor Abbott will get a lot more insight on what to expect in April. So that also can help us with getting resources directly from the state. And when I say that, I mean more people from more GPS troopers, more tech stop resources, maybe even Texas Forest Service, coming in and helping the fire departments and stuff like that. So I have asked, the last meeting I had was with the fire departments. I had a fire chiefs meeting, and I think it went absolutely well. And Judge was there present. And I have asked them to send me a few answers to some questions and discussions we've had. I have not gotten any feedback yet on that. But it was great to get all 4 fire chiefs in the same room and have a discussion about solar eclipse and a lot of other. But other than that, I don't know if y'all have any questions for me, concerns. Y'all tell me what I can answer.
Commissioners, any questions? I'll reiterate what Holly said. We're being proactive on this. We can't wait till the week before to request additional DPS troopers or whatever. So that's the reason doing this early and being prepared, and safety of our citizens, top priority.
That's my biggest concern is
Yeah.
our citizens. We have a larger elderly population. And that is something I worry about, because we don't know, we don't know the outside people, and this is a local event, it starts local and ends local. All these people, they'll come for 4 or 5 days, and then they go back home, and all the debris and everything they left is for us to clean up. They could care less, they go back to their states and their countries, and they could care less about our world. That spend our hard tax dollars here to clean up and everything like that. So this is just something the whole state of Texas that are affected by this. We have been planning and planning and planning.
The less activity that we can have from festivals and stuff in Mills County, the better off Mills County would be.
I didn't hear you.
The less stuff we can have going on in the county, the better off the county would be. Maybe they'll go to
Low meter.
land passes to.
It's just the traffic. That's where my priorities are. And people are gonna stop at your gas stations and use your bathrooms, and yes, they're gonna buy stuff for the day. But what about the locals that need gas or need food or need, that's my thing. And I think later on, maybe after October, we need to discuss that, maybe having some sort of public meeting that people can attend and we can and let people know. I also do believe, and again, this is a local thing. I'm here to assist y'all and help y'all and bring information. So I do think we need to maybe have a local business meeting to let our businesses know what to expect, and maybe consider having your trucks come in a week early or something like that. Because we are planning on this 5-day event, so we're starting that Friday prior. The event is technically on Monday the eighth, and then our last day of our planning event is that Tuesday. Because you have to think, it's a weekend, people are gonna come in and have a good time and drink and, you know, have a great time. Because again, those festivals over there, they're going whole weekend. They're having a big old shitty day the whole weekend. So, and then I am on a lot of Facebook groups that I like to do research and see people from all over the world come in. There's people that think they can follow the eclipse, so they're starting way down, you know, Del Rio and trying to drive up to, even though it's a 3-4 minute eclipse. There's people that are gonna attempt to do that. So that's what worries me. Those things are gonna be worrying me is people's thinking or lack of.
All right.
So if you have any questions, I have these, so if you ever want more of these, if you have questions, please contact me, I'm available. I know we need to discuss what we want to go forward with. Again, I'm going to October, probably close to New Valley, to be a part of one of those emergency operations centers, and just kind of get some information myself and get a little, you know, because who's dealt with solar eclipse and test. So that, and I know some locals, I don't know, not anybody in Millstone, Hamilton County, I have the EMC, and then I have a mayor/fire chief that wants to go down there to just observe, just to see what happens. It is October 14th, which is a Saturday. If anybody wants to go and observe, please let me know, and I can get the area down there to observe or help out, fire department, EMC, whatever. They want help, they want people down there. Because they also have been doing a lot of stuff with the border operations, all over blowing them out. So they're trying to be safe down there as well. But yeah. If you have
Okay.
any questions or anything for me, let me know.
Thank you, Holly.
Thank you.
Have a good day. We'll be in. Commissioners, you're all welcome, of course, like Holly said, to any of these upcoming meetings, which we have about one a month, sometimes 2 a month. Moving on, number 6, consider an act on budget amendments. Commissioners, in your package, you'll see this is that time of the year where we do our transfers and amendments. You'll notice there's ones for the ag extension, the judge's office. I think most of the commissioner precincts. And again, this was again done this about this time last year on a lot of these different departments. Any questions or comments on this?
What is the to astray on one of yours?
So that's on that Mike Williams deal, and I don't have any other information on that. You know, that stray deal is in the judge's department. And again, I'll reach out to our county treasurer.
So you're needing money in the stray.
Yes. The two were meetings and was traveling.
But the stray money goes into the judges.
Well, the stray deal has always been the judge's department. Been my understanding.
We never have a mess with it before.
Yeah. And I don't have any other information.
I'd like that one clarified, because if that's the fact, the $1,300 or something went into that straight account, you know,
Sure.
when it happened.
Yeah.
I wanted to sell the county.
Again, we should reach out to county treasurer. I don't have the answer. Sorry, Commissioner Barton. Anything else, commissioners?
Didn't we take money out of the spray? Didn't you do one of those not too long ago or is it taken out of the spray too? Or did we not?
Well, I would assume by Mike Williams.
He did get paid. I know that.
Hmm.
That's the only one I wouldn't like, clarified as to where,
Would you like?
what goes in there and what
Yeah.
is coming out.
Would you like to hold off on that, or what would you like to do?
I'll make a motion to approve all of them. I guess we got one more
We
meeting.
got one more meeting to go, September, whatever it is, in 2
Make a
weeks
Motion to approve all of them except for that one.
on the scrub.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Commissioner Parton has made a motion to approve all the budget amendments except for the Estrella item. Commissioner Head has seconded. Any other discussion, commissioners? All those in favor of approving the budget amendments except for the Estrella, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? One opposed. Got that, Julie? Okay. Number 7, considering act on the RFPs for the security and cameras. David, I think you're gonna come up here and talk any on this. I'll start things off. As you know, gentlemen, we've been working on these RFPs for quite a while. And to refresh your memory, what we had mistakenly done, 3 months ago, whenever, we decided to separate the courthouse with the sheriff's department and request a breakdown with that way. And then it's later brought to our attention, which we had made a mistake by doing that and did not need to proceed further. So at this time, I'm going to make a proposal that we cancel all the RFPs. David, is that, am I correct in the way I set that up?
I believe that would be the appropriate step to take. This one, we're going to need to let all 4 vendors know that we're not going to accept any bids on this. So we'll go ahead and notify them by letter from your office.
Yes, sir. I believe that's, we're going to do that later today or tomorrow. Assuming we approve this, gentlemen, I will send a letter out to the 4 vendors that send us these RFPs stating what we're doing and what has happened.
Yes.
And anything else I need to add to that, David?
I don't think so.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions or comments?
We had presented to us from the attorney's office, where we could, not take bids on this deal if it's an emergency. Is that not correct? I think I don't have it.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, it's,
That was for the EMS deal,
yes,
yeah. I mean,
yes. And I wondered if we could do that. I don't even have it with me on this. I thought I had it.
Well, another issue too, we've all extended the 90 days also, what the bids were good too.
Bill,
He
There
did.
you go.
we got a letter right here.
He sent a letter to us all.
thought I had it done.
I'll read from the desk of Jason Williams. Due to my research at the request of the county attorney, we need to cancel the current request for proposal. Changing the perimeters and requirements makes this RFP unusable. Also, the 90 days that most RFPs gave for time limits have now passed. So I'll read that into the record. So I think that's pretty good comments. Yeah, yeah. So any other questions or comments on this? I will start things off then by making a motion that we cancel the bids and the RFPs, and I will send out a letter stating our reason why to the 4 vendors. That is my motion.
Second.
We got a second by Commissioner Head. Any other questions or comments, discussion? Anything else? All those in favor of canceling the RFPs for the security cameras, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Now, number 8, consider an act on using tips for the security and cameras. David, go ahead and prep this off.
So TIPS is a purchasing co-op that we're a member of. And at least 2 of the vendors that proposed are on TIPS contract. So my recommendation, since we talked about splitting it off with the courthouse and the law enforcement center, we wanted to get the courthouse done quick before.
Mhm.
My recommendation would be to contact a TIPS vendor, get a TIPS bid, and then go from there.
Okay,
I think that's the same song and dance we had to do with Buster Porter Concrete,
Probably.
and it went up another $40,000.
well, now,
I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
now I've been told by David, someone that is their commission is more of a 1% commission charge on this, these tip vendors. So I've been told.
So it's a pre-bid thing, they've already bid out the price per gallon, the price of the labor, that sort of thing. Goldsmith Solutions is on TIPS as well. And our commission, we have to pay this 1%. So we absorb that. We don't jack up our price. We simply absorb the 1% because it's easier to go out to get a job like this, get a bid like this, if you don't have to go out through the RFP process. We've been doing this for 6 months.
Too long.
So.
Yeah, Guy, you want to come up here? Guy Burns has some information.
Clear up on what you asked about on the concrete thing. That just went through basic IDIQ. They were approved vendor. It's not a concrete contract, so that was the deal on that.
Well, it went up, so, yeah, okay. Okay, thanks. Okay. Gentlemen, any questions or discussion?
Guess we're not gonna see what the process.
Well, I would say we bring this up in the next meeting. I don't think we're ready to make a decision on any company right now, but I would recommend that we will bring this up in the next meeting.
And I think we probably need to go ahead and contact these guys and get it.
Okay,
And I can
Yeah.
get that next one.
well, so we can make a motion and then David to go ahead and let Goldsmith go ahead and start with the search process, is what you're saying?
We can definitely.
Yeah, help on that. Okay,
What do we want to make a motion to use tips?
I think
yeah, I think that's what we need to do, make a motion. Yeah,
I'll make a motion where you use tips to get this thing going.
okay. Motion's been made by Commissioner Parton to use tips for the security and cameras. Second's been made by Commissioner Wright. Any other discussion?
I would like to add for the courthouse,
For what now?
for the courthouse.
Yeah, for the courthouse. Okay. Did you get all that, Julie? Okay. Any other discussion, commissioners? Okay, all those in favor of approving tips for the security and cameras, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. David, thank you. We'll be in touch with you. Number 9, consider an act on joint election agreement with Comanche ISD. As y'all know, gentlemen, in Mills County, we got a lot of little small school districts in our county. Comanche is one of them. And this came from our county clerk, district clerk's office.
This actually pertains to the pretty.
Is on Pretty's deal, okay? Okay,
There's some of the voters, it has to be done in Comanche County too, or posted in Comanche County paper, because there are some voters, I think about around Newburgh. They live in Comanche County, but they're in Britain School District or something.
yes. Okay,
I think that, right,
okay.
yeah, there's
There's not very many.
No.
It's just about 2 or 3 families, okay? But we, it's formality we have to do, so. Any other discussion, commissioners, questions? I'll make a motion, we approve the joint election agreement with Comanche ISD. Motion been made by me, second by Commissioner Parton. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the joint election with ISD, Comanche ISD, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 10, consider an act on revising the 2024 regular commissioners court schedule. Commissioners, we had failed on the, this was brought to us 2 weeks ago. We had put down Monday, May 27th, 24 as a commissioners court meeting, and that is actually a holiday. That is Memorial Day. So the only change that we're doing here is changing that Monday to Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. I will make a motion that we approve this change, revised change for the commissioner's court schedule. Second, any other discussion? All those in favor of approving May 28th as a commissioner's court date, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 10, no, excuse me, number 11, considering act on new EMS building, Mr. Guy Burns. I think you may have some information for us. And there's one item we need to take action on that we'll let Guy set this up. Go ahead, Mr. Burns.
Quick update. The appliances have been delivered. They're still not hooked up yet. The refrigerator is, they didn't have the right connections for the dishwasher, and they didn't have the right for the range. I was told, so that will be done this week, possibly tomorrow. There's still a holdup on the bay doors. I talked to the superintendent this morning. The doors have finished. They're fabricated. They're waiting on shipping. I'm gonna ask for the judge to make a phone call today, reach in and see if we can get some answers about it. I failed to get. We'll go with that.
What was delivered last week? I thought doors were delivered.
Those are the appliances,
Okay.
the refrigerator, stove, dishwasher.
Okay. I was thinking doors.
The doors were supposed to be delivered September 5th. And.
Didn't show up.
Didn't show up. The only other thing, we have one air conditioning unit that's not working, that big one, takes the back half of the building, they came and put a new compressor in it. And it failed the next day, so, I'm waiting to get answers on that, they're supposed to be back Wednesday or Thursday to fix that. There's still no schedule for the walkthrough. Hope to resolve that sometime today. And get that lined up. And, because we're getting down to crunch time. Tentatively, I reached out to Dana Allison. And, we've got a tentative open. For the 26th, 27th, which would be Tuesday and Wednesday. Dana Allison, Houston Good News Station Chief, he needed to set a date where they could move. From where they're at now to the new building. And they're gonna use a company out of Early, a moving company, and they had to schedule ahead, so we went ahead and set up for the 25th, which is Monday. Get that done, and get it all moved, also the same day, CTTC, we'll switch everything over.
And we're also doing a proposal for a possible open house on is that 28th or 27th? 27th is Wednesday, correct?
Tentative, whatever.
Yeah.
These are dates that I'm bringing before the court to see if you guys would accept this, and if so, then we'll go ahead and make it in. I don't know. This is past my pay grade, but as far as the contract that the county has with the EMS, I don't know if there's anything that needs to be set up with that. They can just go ahead and move that.
Well, they're talking about doing an interlocal agreement with Hamilton EMS, just so we'll know exactly what we're responsible for, what they're responsible for. So there's no surprises. And I will follow up on that today. See what I'll talk to Mr. Cobb and see what's cooking on that. Okay.
According to the old contract, they take over the building as far as paying taking care of all the maintenance. They take care of all the utilities, and the county just furnishes the building. It's up to them to maintain it.
Yeah.
And speaking of maintaining, so this company, Multi-Clean, they're the ones that came in and sealed the floor. That had to come in behind the other company, and they got it done right. They gave a proposal for the residential area, option A and option B, and then they gave a proposal for the Bay area. I like the option A for the residential area. It's a urethane acrylic, it's not wax. And it will last a long time and it won't yellow. It's a 1-day thing and it can be done on the 21st, which is Thursday, the 21st, which is the week before it will open. And the price is fair considering the product. I don't think that's a lot of money for the Bay Area, so I'm not on board with that personally, but that's y'all's choice. I'm not going to recommend that. I will recommend the residential area for the commissioners to approve, because in my opinion, once the EMS takes this over, if they've got a good floor to work with, they'll be more inclined to keep it that way.
Well, also, if we did the Bay Area, you guys stay off of it 2 or 3 days, or getting the doors in, I think it's gonna be an issue too.
Yeah, I think there's some other options where we could possibly do that ourselves. I've talked to a couple of people who have different various ideas that we can address that. However y'all want to do it.
Okay. Okay, commissioners, anything else, Guy?
That's all I've got. I would ask that the commissioners make a decision on this today, so I can go ahead and get this guy scheduled or not. For the residential side.
Okay. Commissioners, questions for Mr. Burns?
I guess the only question, we did double seal that floor,
Yeah,
or they did. And
that's just, and that's a steel, it's just like if you take the floors in the courthouse, when I redid these floors, I stripped them out. I sealed the floors with 2 coats, and then I came over with like 3 or 4 coats of wax. So the sealer just seals the concrete, it's not gonna hold up. You have to have a finish on top of the ceiling. For it to, well, that, and to tuck the floor. Otherwise, you're gonna wear it through, you'd be on the concrete.
I guess my only concern would be using a water-based product. If they start damp mopping or whatever, they're gonna be.
Yeah, no, it's not, I use water-based wax here in the building, it's fine.
It'll
Yeah.
stay. It'll stay.
Yeah, it's-
We have money. They could-
I believe we have the money for it.
Out of the ARPA fund, 'cause we need to find out what we got left in the fund.
Yes,
To see if we're gonna be able to do that back pad.
yes. I agree.
I guess protect what we already got built.
yeah.
That's right. Well, I'm gonna recommend that we do the, what Guy suggested, the option A for 1,800 for the 2 coats of water-based urethane acrylic job, 1-day turnaround. And not do the Bay Area, because the Bay Area is gonna be, if y'all see on the back, it's gonna be from $7,600 to $9,200. I think that's too much money. That's a lot of money, so.
I second the motion, we made a motion.
Do we need to do a motion on this EMS deal, Gerald, on this? Okay, okay, I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that we do option A for the residential area of $1,800. Commissioner Wright has made the second that we use the option A for the residential area. Any other discussion? All those in favor of using option A, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, we got option A, Guy.
All right, one last thing, sorry. There was in the riser room, CTTC requested that their equipment be, air conditioned, it needed to be climate control. There's too much heat, messes with the electronics, or too much cold. So there was not a vent installed back in that riser room. So the options were to have the AC company come back and install one, or to mount their equipment on the other side of the wall, which would be inside the closet. I went ahead and I made a call on that to, let's just move it to the other side of the wall. There's no cost to the county. CTT is fine with it either way. And if they're, it's not going to be intrusive, it's not going to bother anything, and I just didn't see any sense in air conditioning that one little tiny room back there, and electrical panel and water heater don't require, maybe just the water manifold. So I just didn't see any sense.
Okay.
And make that call.
Okay. Anything else for Mr. Burns, commissioners? Well, Guy, we'll cross our fingers, hope we can get everything done we need to do, including those bay doors, which are supposed to be here last week.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, we'll come by my office. I'll make a call. All right, thank you, guys. Number 12, commissioners' requests and reports. Commissioner Wright, go ahead.
We had a couple of road hands work on Justice Line last week. We've been hauling material, we've been hauling from County Road 423. And we had cleared a right of way on County Road 429. We had a small fire out on 315 Friday, and hanged it for the fast to get away. That's all I have.
Okay, Commissioner Head.
We haul material on County Road 220 with, got that kind of going downhill for, direction we wanted to go. We did a little intern work intern,
Okay.
in kind
work.
work for, over our Fort Lomita on Moline. And, we worked on the EMS, road on Justice Lane.
Yeah, that's good effort. That's a good team effort. I know all y'all put a lot of time out there. So good job, commissioners. Okay, anything else? Commissioner Parton?
Basically, I've been working on our service truck, just about have it finished, was gonna start hauling mile and a half or thereabouts of road. On 549, they're not open at the pit yet because of the wet, so. We're kind of working, trying to finish service truck. And hopefully we can get in bed after lunch and go to hauling.
I will say I had a tree come crashing down County 214 Saturday night. And it wasn't a dead tree either, it was a healthy tree, so.
Had some wind out there.
Yeah. About 10 inches in diameter.
And just the fact that I think everybody needs to realize that. Judge mentioned that this is 911, which was a wake up call, hopefully, change the course of America 22 years ago. I think everybody, if they'll think back, will remember it vividly. That's all I've got.
You know, horrible day that day. Yes. Okay, number 13, county judges report. First off, we got a thank you letter. Always like to get thank you stuff on commissioners and stuff. Says Judge Johnson, I'm writing to let you know what a wonderful job Commissioner Robert Head and his men of Precinct 2 did on County Road 224. Their work turning the private road and county road is a job well done. Kudos all those men, Precinct 2. Thank you, Virginia Grill. So Robert, you've been complimented. Good job. Yeah, good work. A reminder to commissioners, we got a few things we've tabled for next commissioners court meeting. We also have the battery backup company called Valor Infrastructure is going to be here to give a presentation on the proposed backup battery system. That's going to be just south of Goldthwaite by the LCRA substation. Also, we are still in the burn ban. I feel like we'll get some phone calls, everybody, but we are still in the burn ban. The 2 or 3 tents I got has not resolved the crisis we're in. And again, I want to recognize the 911 anniversary day. So that is all I have. Everyone have a great week. And number 14, adjournment. I'll make a motion. We adjourn.
Second.
Motion been made by me, second by Commissioner Wright to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Meeting adjourned.